Welcome once again to AKA Science. I'm Max, and this is Earth Rocks. We're on to Class 2, Mineralogy and Petrology. Let's begin by taking some core samples. Pass out one half sheet of paper and two different colored balls of Play-Doh to each student. Tell them that right now these are igneous rocks formed from a volcanic eruption. Then have them pick a color, let's go with purple, to take their first sample. Insert one of the straw halves into the Play-Doh ball and twist it around to get a clean sample, then take it back out and have a look at the results. Now, divide each ball into two balls, then flatten each of those into a pancake. Layer the pancakes so that the colors alternate, then smush it together and take a second core sample. This one is a sedimentary rock, made of layers of sediment stacked together and compressed. And layers should be visible in the sample. Finally, mash the stack of Play-Doh pancakes and knead it together so the colors swirl. Explain that this is a metamorphic rock, made by one of the other types of rocks being exposed to extreme heat and pressure, and take a look at the swirling patterns we see in the core sample. Invite the students to take their samples home, and we can move on to the next activity, Rock Stars. Begin by passing out a piece of sandpaper and a pencil to each student. Have them scribble a line on the gritty side of the paper and explain that this is how a streak test works when a scientist is trying to determine what kind of mineral they have. Now pass out one piece of limestone and one piece of basalt, as well as a lens and a rock ID sheet. Decide which will be rock 1 and which will be rock 2, then take a look at the texture of the rocks using the convex lens, marking your results on the rock ID sheet. Next, take the square of sandpaper and perform a streak test for each rock sample, then record your results. Now for a hardness test. First, try scratching each sample with your fingernail, then pass out the pennies and see if they will scratch the rocks. Record your results, then pass out a 1-ounce cup of vinegar and a pipette to each student, and have them put 5 or so drops of vinegar on each rock to see if it bubbles. Our final test is for porosity. Pass out 2 10-ounce cups of water to each student, and have them submerge one rock in each cup, checking to see if bubbles form on the rock surface or not, and recording the results. If your crystal size was smaller, streak light, rock was scratched by a penny but not your nail, reacted with vinegar, and bubbled in water, it's limestone. If it still had a small texture, but had a dark streak, wasn't scratched by either your penny or a fingernail, and did not react with vinegar or bubble in water, it's basalt. If you have time, you can repeat the test with the pyrite and hematite samples, or with the obsidian and pumice from Class 1. Clean up your rock test, and we can move on to the final activity, break it down. Pass out a 1-ounce cup, lid, sugar cube, and a few pieces of gravel to each student. Have them put the gravel in the cup with the sugar cube and secure the lid on tight. Now shake the heck out of it for roughly 30 seconds and open the cup to observe the results. What happened to the sugar cube? Repeat the process as many times as you like, then clean up, debrief, and on to Class 3.